Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Fandango Friday. We're a little late, but we were talking. So here we are.
It is Fandango Friday after a long period of absence.
You're right.
All right.
And earlier this week, I was saying, I don't feel like doing it, and Ronnie was saying, well, then if you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. But you know how sometimes you'll feel one way one day and then the next day you won't feel the same way. So I said, yeah, but Friday I might be ready to go, So
well, I know people that rant and rave about a subject, and then all of a sudden they love it. They love it. I know a lot of people that are don't stand by their convictions and opinions, or they might be a little hypocritical. It happens. I'm not saying that you're guilty of that. I'm saying that I know much worse stories of changing your mind or.
Yeah, but well, I went to work today and I got off on time, and then I had enough sleep last night, so I felt like doing it. Like earlier in the week, I had to work later than normal, and I was just like, I don't feel like doing it. I'm worn out, But then, what do they say? You get your second wind or something?
Your normal schedule is in the wee hours. You usually start work early.
Yes, at 6 a.m.
At 6 a.m. That's why you live long and prosper there, Mr. Kunkel. That's why you got used to getting up at 2:30 a.m.
Yeah, right.
For dinner, I went and got some Cuban takeout food at the Havana Cafe. So I got roast pork, which they call lechon asado, roast pork with black beans and rice. Yeah, well, you know what? Joe Biden's dentures. Yeah, let me do Joe Biden. Joe Biden's dentures. It's human nature. This is what we're dealing with. Human nature is sinful and full of many flaws.
I know. I was talking to the priest Wednesday at 5. They had confession at the church. Well, you said you had a really good meal, huh?
Well, no, I ate a little bit of it, but it rained with high winds over here, and then it stopped raining when I had the food ready to take home. Thankfully.
Yeah.
But crawfish boil. Yeah. Well, I don't have the patience to open up every little crawfish unless it's already clean. But I guess.
Well, when you get used to it, you can just zip on through it. I mean, I can go through crawfish like white lightning.
Yeah, I have some tools for opening up crab legs. Maybe it'll work on crawfish.
Well, crawfish, you can just use your fingers, your thumb and your forefinger, and you can blow through it. Believe me, if they're ready to go, you can.
Oh, you mean you peel the shell back?
Oh yeah, you can eat the whole tray in no time. Believe me, So I have a lot of experience. And they'll be good. Some people really know how to make them, and they'd be so delicious. And some people don't know how to do it, and they'll be salty and horrible.
Yeah. Well, you want to use it. You want to use a dry rub that doesn't have salt as the first ingredient.
They have some really good crawfish boils, and they have some others that are. Oh, crawfish bisque. Oh, FATP. You need to.
Oh, like an etouffee?
No, the bisque is where it's like a stew, and then they make a stuffing, and they stuff it with the crawfish meat in the head, the cleaned out head, and there's hundreds of heads floating in there, and they got this stuffing in it. But it's not turkey stuffing; it's crawfish stuffing.
So it's not a no. I haven't seen Jean-Pierre. So in other words, it's not a soup like lobster bisque.
No, it's a little more thick.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's like a hearty stew, like a thick.
See what it says? Stuffing the heads is a real pain because you got to stuff each head by hand. But It's a lot of work. That's why people don't like to make it, because it's so much work. They'll spend all day making it.
That's like stuff. That's like trying to stuff lentils or something, right? I mean, that's a very tedious job.
Oh, it's a mess, but it's so delicious. Now, well, tonight,
What do you got?
I don't know what you have to feature. I know you're still taking the medicine, right?
Yeah, I got something at the Cuban place that I never seen before, but there's no alcohol in it, but it's very unique. So
Okay.
you present. I got to get one thing right over there. You present your
Okay.
your possession, and then I'll show you mine.
Okay. Well, hello everybody. Tonight, I'll highlight my face. I wash my hair, so it's kind of wild. I have 2 rums. Now, this is an aged rum, in Añejo rum. It isn't aged very long, only 2 to 4 years. It says a minimum of 2 years in American oak barrels. So the youngest rum in here is 2 years old. The oldest is 4. So between 2 and 4. It's called Cruzan. It's from St. Croix in the United States Virgin Islands. And a Cruzan is a person that lives in St. Croix, a Cruzian. St. Croixian, St. Cruzian.
Oh, that's what that means. Oh.
Yeah, Cruzian. So now the plantation that grew the sugarcane and processed the rum was started in 1760. Then this family from Denmark came down there, started producing it in the early 1800s, say around 1810. Let's say 1810. They're called the Nelthrop family, and they're still producing it today. And it says on the label, Gary Nelthrop, Master Distiller. So same family, been making it for 200 years. So that's not a bad thing.
And it's one of the most inexpensive rum companies around.
It was $9.99 for this Añejo. Now,
Wow.
you have to take into account, if you get on their website, they have some Cruzans that are barrel proof. They have some that are 12-year age, some that are, they're going to be way more than $9.99 a bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might get some that's $99.99, $99. But I just figured I'd start with the basics. So there is the Cruzan. It's gold. It's light. All right, now the competitor is the Ron Pontalba, which somebody told me the state he lived in, I think it was West Texas, around like Lubbock, Midland, Texas. He said Ron Pontalba is very common out there. And this is from the Caribbean islands, so they don't give you a specific island because it's probably sourced from different islands. But it's was introduced apparently in 1989. It replaced an earlier one called Pontalba rum, not Ron Pontalba, but Pontalba rum. See, Ron is rum in Spanish.
Yeah.
So what they're really saying is rum is rum, Pontalba rum. But it's bottled in Frankfort, Kentucky. So it's imported over here and bottled in Frankfort. This Cruzan is bottled. It's not bottled in St. Croix. It says somewhere on here it's bottled. Oh, here we go. Deerfield, Illinois, at the Jim Beam plant. Okay, well, all right. Now, I'll pour a little bit of this. Oh, now what did I pay for the Ron Pontalba? I'll tell you what I paid. It's a liter bottle of the gold, and I paid $6.99. I figured,
wow.
Yeah, I figured, heck, even if it's terrible, it was only a $6.99 for a whole liter. So, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Now, do you want me to highlight you before I do mine, or just go with it and then go back to you?
No. Go with it. Finish it up.
All right. Now let's look at a few more comments, and then I'll get my thing done. Yeah. Try growing it long, but it starts flipping up when it gets down my neck, and I don't like that look. It looks like Elizabeth Montgomery and
Yeah, like my hair.
Yeah, it looks like Elizabeth Montgomery in Bewitched.
You'd be like Wild Bill Hickok.
Is there? Yeah, or Wild Bill Hickok. I used to like his hair. Now, I don't know, Gary. It's a good question, but I wouldn't know the answer. Now, I noticed one thing: the Puntab is darker. My complaint with the Cruzan was it was a little bit dull. Honestly, it was a little bland. Didn't taste bad. Didn't taste off or unpalatable. It was just a little bland. Mix them up, and that won't take long.
Yeah, not really potent like the Black Cat from Suriname, South America.
And no, it's not dark and thick and luxurious like the Myers is.
Oh yeah, Myers dark, and Myers is a great company from Jamaica.
I know. I'd like to get more into that.
Yeah, but Bacardi Black was pretty decent for the price too.
I was very pleased with that Bacardi Black. Very pleased. Now here I'm gonna get, let's say 3 minutes and I'm done. If I go 3 minutes, I'm going long. I'll get a little alcohol burn. Like you might say, grain alcohol. Well, it isn't grain, it's sugar cane. It's just kind of basic here. I'm picking up wood, charred oak, wood, little, what do you call that? Like a little spicy alcohol hit in the nose, but it's nothing unpleasant. Nothing unpleasant. It's just kind of, what can I say, basic. But I don't mind it. On the other hand, I don't mind it. And I'm picking up a little yeast quality as well. Huh. Interesting. I think it's Ron Pontaba, but let me be sure. Over here, I'm running out of time. Very similar to that, but less wood and perhaps more yeast. Whoa. Well, I'm a little confused right now, I have to admit. All right. It's basic. It's wood. It's sugar, you know, like molasses, whatever. There's no age statement on the Ron Pontaba, but the Cruzan is 2 to 4 years, average of 2 to 4 years. At the youngest, 2 years. At the oldest, 4. All right, taste. Then I'm done. Maybe. Little light molasses, a little sugar, a little bitterness. Maybe that's the Cruzan, but I'm really not sure. I'll have to be honest. So I'm going to go to you, and I'm going to sip on these and think about it without cheating because I have no reason to cheat. And then I'll go back.
So even though one is lighter in color than the other, as far as flavor comparison goes, it's a tough nut to crack, right?
Very difficult. Very difficult.
Now, because of my situation, taking this medication, I am presenting non-alcoholic products. Now, I got this at Havana Cafe because I got Cuban food for dinner. So I saw something that I'd never seen before. Let me just try to get it where it's not glaring.
Yeah, that's pretty. I can see it. It looks cool.
Original 1917 flavor, 80-year-old company, iron beer soft drink. I wonder if it's like a Malta. All right, I'm going to read what it says. I never had it before, never seen it before. On a summer's here we go with the dramatics. They always do this. These companies. On a summer's afternoon, in 1917, a mule-driven wooden wagon arrived at a popular cafeteria in Havana, Cuba. It delivered, excuse me for trying to not laugh. It delivered the first 4 cases of a new soft drink that would soon be called the national beverage. Now, more than 80 years later, Iron Beer is still enjoyed for its refreshing flavor with just a hint of island spices. Ah, island spices. Wait, you got to show me that after I stop reading. Uh, uh, Island spices. All we need is a hula dancer.
Right, right.
A lot can change over the years, but not the original flavor of Iron Beer. Hey, that kind of rhymes. And all the mumbo jumbo, just like the hard liquor websites.
Oh yeah.
They get dramatic, Oh, but this takes the cake. Now, what did he say about my flag? Was it my flag?
No, he was talking about.
Like,
look what he said.
I've been waiting for a hippie paradise since 1972. Now everyone is flying a freak flag. I feel totally part of the system. Well, flags are nice on the beach, even though the Jersey Shore opened up. The temperature of the water was 54 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and there's riptide warnings.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to mess with a riptide. Even though people don't realize riptides are narrow. So you never swim to shore because you'll get sucked out to sea. You swim sideways because they're not known to be wide. But you don't want to take that chance when you see the riptide warning. So I'm going to open it up. A little beachcomber advice. I can't tell you anything about repelling tiger sharks or bull sharks. You got to ask. He's not alive, but Adam West, who played Batman, had the bat shark repellent.
Oh, right, yes.
Remember that shark it looked like it was made of rubber. It was hanging from his leg.
Yeah. Bat shark repellent. Yeah.
Yeah, the bat from the utility belt.
Yeah, the bat shark repellent. I certainly remember. That was from the movie, the 1966 movie, and I was really pleased to see Lee Merriweather wearing the Catwoman outfit.
Oh yeah, Lee Merriweather, along with Julie Newmar and Eartha Kitt were the three Batwomen, and then Burgess Meredith and Cesar Romero was on the Penguins' ridiculous-looking submarine. And
Cesar Romero was the Joker. He did a great job.
Yeah, Burgess Meredith, the Penguin, he used to make duck sounds because I don't think penguins go quack 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 quack. But did you know Cesar Romero refused to shave his mustache off when he when they offered him the job? How ridiculous!
Yeah, so they put the white makeup over his mustache.
Wow, ridiculous, man! You got a steady job in a TV series. Talk about egomaniacal. All right,
Frank Gorshin was the Riddler. Frank Gorshin was a really good Riddler, and so was John Astin.
Yes, Gomez Addams, John Astin, he filled in for Frank Gorshin sometimes. You know who was funny? Milton Berle as Louis the Lilac. He was one of the, but he didn't appear that often.
And Victor Bono played King Tut.
Yeah, it was King Tut. Now this is quite unique. It's like I can taste the various so-called island spices.
Yeah.
I could smell it as I poured it. A combination of like citrus, cinnamon. In Spanish, they say canela. And other spices might be in there. And it's not. Yeah. It tastes like a strong root beer, and it's very heavily spiced. There might even be malt in it, like there's a Spanish. I don't want to call it a soda, a carbonated beverage called Malta, which is an extract of malt, and it's supposed to be rich in certain nutrients, like iron. It tastes like that, like combining Malta root beer with a whole bunch of mysterious spices. But I do taste cinnamon and maybe I don't know if it's used, but there's a spice called star anise, which is very aromatic.
Oh yeah, they make licorice from it.
Yeah, it's definitely unique and extremely tasty. I never heard of this company. I've never seen it anywhere, even in the Spanish aisle of certain supermarkets. I've never seen it. Iron beer, but it is a more exotic version of root beer with a very glamorous story behind it. So,
Yeah.
So, as far as all you teetotalers out there that have to do it, not by choice, I don't think I'm going to drop dead if I have one shot of hard liquor. I mean, I think what they were referring to is if the medication can cause drowsiness, don't drink. I think
Right.
they're referring to people that drink more than one.
Well, better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. She can't have anything, not even one shot of whiskey, or scotch or rum or anything, right? Well, this is. Yeah, it depends on what affliction you're being medicated for. If you have a serious affliction and you don't want to take a chance, but it's very unique for a soft drink. Yeah, I always wonder why they call them soft drinks, because anything that's liquid is soft.
Right, but it's not a hard drink like a hard liquor. So it's soft, no alcohol. You get it?
Yeah, but they always call sodas, carbonated beverages, soft drinks.
Yeah, because I think they were an alternative to hard drinks like rum, brandy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He says she doesn't drink anyway, so she didn't really care. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to determine now what I'm drinking. It's difficult. Well, that's a good argument for the $6.99 one, right? If you pay $3 more and you get less rum, because I paid $6.99 for the liter and $9.99 for the 750.
Right, yeah. But the añejo should have certain distinctive qualities because it's aged much longer than 2 years, right?
Well, no, it's like I said, 2 to 4 years. It's a blend. It's a blend of rums aged 2 to 4 years.
Oh, 2 to 4. Oh, because the standard hard liquor, they usually go 2 years. Hey, hold your horses, Ronnie. Yes, he's getting to that.
Right. I haven't determined it yet.
Yeah, he's going to determine it. Relax.
Here's the moment of truth. Now, this one smells kind of caramel. Ronnie could join this because he's got the link, you know. All right. A lot of people have the link.
A lot of people have the link, but they're the missing link. Maybe they got.
Good comment. All right. Now, I'm not going to go on past top of the hour, I don't think. Well, I'll put the link in the hangout in case somebody like Nina Yordi wants to join, or Ronald Sutton, or anybody really, because we're like we did last week. We did super inclusive Saturday. We're super inclusive. Anybody can join, you know, within reason. And what I mean is, you can join if you're calm, collected, let everybody talk, have a good time, watch your language, be reasonable. Yeah. And follow all the other 169 strict guidelines that I have. If you can do that.
Yeah, just think of a political debate. You know, everyone is allowed a certain amount of time, and there's no reason for interruptions or anything, you know, crazy.
Right. I mean, there's certain. It's like if you went to a wedding and you said, "I want to be at the wedding," but the last time they told me to leave, and you would say, "Why did they tell you to leave?" Well, I was totally out of control with extremely obnoxious, boorish behavior. Well, okay, well, that's probably why they told you to leave.
Well, if you went to a wedding reception, you're going to get many drunks,
Right.
male and female. Actually, it's a good place to be invited if you're single, is to a wedding reception. If you
Right.
know what I mean, if you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Point taken. Okay. Time for the truth.
A lot of drunken girls at the wedding reception. Anyway, here we go. Here we go. Drum roll.
Yeah, but you know, you could run into some real problems. All right. Now, this one here tastes like not a whole lot. Nothing bad. Nothing offensive. Nothing objectionable. I want to be clear on that. But on the other hand, it's nothing that you would go out of your way to get. It's just like serviceable. You know what I mean? Okay. And I wouldn't even use the word tolerable. It's better than tolerable, but it's not memorable and it's not anything to seek out. Okay, now let's check the other one out. And this is the final assessment. This is not a revisit. I hate to say it, but it's basically the same thing. So what does that mean? Even if I can't tell them apart, the obvious answer is that the $6.99 liter bottle would win, because I'm telling you, they're virtually identical. I know one is an añejo, the other one is not. I didn't make the products. That's not really my problem, right? I paid for it. I'll say what I want. That's what my friend David told me. He said, I bought it, so I'm going to say what I want. I said, exactly. So I never thought this would happen, but the Ron Pontalba is the winner by default. By default.
I agree.
By default. Now, and I wouldn't really call it a great winner.
Well,
Now,
if your taste buds are acute and really sharp, and you're saying that they taste identical, then you got to go with the cheaper rum.
that anything else would defy logic.
The house wins all ties. Yeah, well, the wedding reception. I know what Ronald Terrio was saying. Nowadays, with these girls and the sexual harassment, and he raped me, but it never really happened. You know, there's a lot of
some of these excitable boys might want to think about that for a minute, and you might be have a lifetime of blues for,
because thanks to all of the militant feminazis of the feminist movement, we have these laws today. Oh, I've had the pie hole cherry.
Yeah, I saw the apple whiskey there. Oh, and you know what else they had at International Market? But I didn't buy it because it was expensive. They had pecan whiskey.
Ah, a Southern delight, a Southern specialty.
With pecans.
Pecans. That's right.
I wasn't going to pay $19.99.
It was kind of sweet though. It was like Southern Comfort pie hole products. You have to have a signed legal form before asking a girl out today. Signed consent. Yeah, and if you have big bucks, make sure you get a real prenuptial agreement with no fine print. You divorce her, she gets nothing. She gets, well, if she's a homemaker, she's gonna probably get something. But you know,
the Pie hole pecan, I remember it distinctly. It was $19.99. But my feeling on that was it wasn't going to last too long because it was so unusual. It's not even listed on their website. So when you get a thing like that, one of these oddball ones that doesn't exist, but you're looking at it on the shelf, it's going to be gone in a week. Yeah. Okay. Now I think.
Yeah, but the pie hole cherry was too sweet, so I wouldn't spend.
Yeah, it was a little. I had the cherry. It was a little bit much, but I didn't hate it. But I only paid. Now you're gonna be flabbergasted. I only paid $1.99 for that liter.
Wow, I tell you, you got some great prices down in the deep south. I guarantee. I guarantee.
Yeah, that was beyond belief. Okay, I'm gonna look at this label. If it says letter C, then I know I have it right. I'm saying it's Cruzan. Cruzan. Cruzan for the win. It is Cruzan. It is Cruzan. But unfortunately, the flavor wasn't much better than the cheapo. So sorry, Cruzan. I'll have to try some of your more exotic ones because your regular one ain't that great. Okay, James P. Madonna, you have the floor.
I mean, to be an añejo, they shouldn't have a range of 2 to 4 years. It should be like 6 years or 8 years, or like. No, I never did, but now since it's a miracle medicinal plant, we'll just wait until it becomes federally legal in all 50 states. But anyway, an añejo is supposed to be a bona fide, extra aged hard liquor.
Doesn't matter. It can be 2 years old. That's an añejo.
So what about rums that are not añejo? What is the required time to be in the oak barrel?
Minimal, very minimal. If it's a year, it could be long. We're talking about months, not years. Months.
Months for your non-añejo. Like for instance, Bacardi Black is not called an añejo, but it's a black rum, and it's very
it's so thick. Yeah,
it's very good. It's very full-bodied, rich flavor, relatively low price. But for some strange reason, the Black Cat rum of Suriname, South America, had one of the strongest rum flavors and was very thick as far as the mouthfeel, but it wasn't sweet. But it was potent. Peanut butter whiskey.
I've seen it. I haven't had it. My daughter said she loved it.
Peanut butter. So in other words, they take the goobers, whatever, the peanuts, and they, I guess you can ferment any damn thing.
Well, they mix it in with whiskey.
Oh, it's peanut butter flavored whiskey.
Exactly.
Oh, it's not.
Oh no, you can't make whiskey from peanuts, to my knowledge. Okay, now you're going to give us a final judgment on this.
Well, as soft drinks go.
Oh, where is it made?
Glad you mentioned it. Hey, what's going on here, man? Not going to tell me where you're made?
Oh, it's got to be on there somewhere.
Got to be on there somewhere. Okay, well, it says here, packed by Sunshine Bottling Company under the authority of Iron Beer Soft Drinks, and the address Miami, Florida. So maybe the Miami Cubans started the company.
Could be, yeah.
Because since the company is that old, they probably fled to Miami.
Well,
all right. So Sunshine Bottling Company.
It's got to be on there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, it's made in Miami, Florida.
Okay, makes sense.
And they got the address and the phone numbers, and so I'm just saying maybe they fled when Batista went to Santo Domingo.
Right.
General Batista with all the casino loot money that he had. Yeah. So
look at this comment.
I give it a good. Oh, you hate it? Well, that's because you. Do you ever drink any other kind of sodas? Miami bottle in China.
Okay, so
Yeah,
well, how do you like it?
Yeah, no, I like it. I give it. I mean, my favorite soda, even though I'm not a soda person, is Boylan's creamy red birch beer, and I like Canada Dry Ginger Ale. I like Stewart's Root Beer, but I would give this because of its exotic spicy flavor. I would give this a. I'll give it a 95 out of 100.
Wow.
Sarsaparillis.
Wow.
I never had Sunset Sarsaparilla. That's cowboy way of saying.
Well, if you read the history of root beer, they used to make root beer from
Smilax aficionados?
no, until 1961. 1961. They used to make it out of I'm saying filet. Filet is what they put in gumbo, but it's the same thing. It's pulp. Filet is pulverized. It's a type of leaf. What are those leaves? Those green leaves?
Bay leaf?
No, it ain't bay leaves.
That would be laurel. That would be laurel, not stand laurel, but the herb.
Right. It's toxic. Well, the U.S. government found out that it was toxic. It could hurt you bad. So they told the root beer companies, you got to come up with a different type of concoction to make root beer. So they worked hard on it, and they came up with a different concoction to make root beer that wasn't made out of those leaves that were toxic. Oh, you ever had Barq's root beer?
Yeah, Barque.
No, BARQ apostrophe S, Barq's.
Oh, okay. I've had it. Yeah, we get that.
Yeah, it started in Biloxi, Mississippi, but the family sold out to Coca-Cola about 20-something years ago. They couldn't Coca-Cola made them a deal they couldn't refuse,
We used to have a soda company in the Northeast called Dr. Brown's. They had celery soda. They had all kinds of sodas. I remember when I was a kid. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I mean,
Nina.
That was the girl, right?
Yeah, Nina.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. My grandfather used to get beer and sodas from Whoopi Soda Company, and the truck used to come down the street I grew up on, and all the bottles were clanging. You could hear it from a couple blocks away, clang, 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 clang. But there were the thick bottles that you had to return. You would return the empty bottles when the man came to deliver your beer. Now the beer on the truck was called Bergheim from Pennsylvania. They're not in business anymore. Bergheim. It had a label with the waterfalls, and it was pretty good. It was a lager. Came in large bottles, real thick glass that you returned. Like when the milkman used to come. For those of you that are older,
I remember that. Yeah, milkman. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they would deliver, and then you would order. You would tell them what you wanted, and they had all kinds of exotic sodas. I like tonic water. A lot of people hate it. I happen to like it. Yeah, the bottles were clinging and clanging together. Yacht Club soda, Foxon soda in Connecticut. Yeah, you get like cream soda is of course vanilla, but they had Celery. So celery soda is exotic.
Oh,
Birch beer.
I remember the leaves that the root beer used to be made from.
Comfrey.
Sassafras.
Oh, sassafras.
But they found out that it was toxic. But you could still buy pulverized sassafras. James, next time you go to the store, look for filet. It's Filet. Filet with an accent aigu.
Okay, I'll look for it near the Zatarazan products.
Yeah, Zataran's filet.
Zatarans. Yeah. Now sassafras is a very well-known tree. So in other words, if you make an extract of it and put it in a drink, in a beverage, it can be toxic. Oh, really?
Well, they used to make root beer from sassafras, but they found out it was toxic. Yeah, filet. So when I have some gumbo, if I put some filet on it, it kind of thickens the gumbo up and it's good. But you know, you wouldn't just sit there and eat pulverized sassafras leaves unless you're out of your mind.
No, it's like coca. The Indians chew on coca leaves.
Now, my uncle's wife, she grew up in Germany, and she said in Germany they eat licorice all day long. You know, that thick tar-like black licorice. Unfortunately, they found out that it's toxic. It makes your liver fail.
No.
So she was eating that stuff all day. This thick, like gummy, black.
Yeah, it gets in your teeth, and then when you smile, you look terrible.
Yeah, so she's like from Schleswig-Holstein, and she would eat this stuff. Well, she started getting really sick about 10 years ago, and she didn't know what was wrong. And she told me on the phone, she said, I went to the doctor, and he said he couldn't understand it. You know, do you drink a lot? No, I don't drink. Couldn't understand. Well, why would your liver fail? He asked her. Well, he looks up German. She's German. He said, let me ask you a question. He said, do you ever eat licorice? She said, I eat all day long. He said, no, 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 no. You can't eat that. It'll make your liver fail. You'll die. So she had to give it up and just eat it every now and then. Can you imagine that a sweet treat like licorice will make you die? You know?
Liver, I mean, it'll make your liver quiver. So,
Yeah.
so she had to refrain from that. It's incredible. Now the psychedelic mushrooms have been known to regrow brain cells that have been lost.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's one good thing about them. Sassafras.
Yeah, that's what I said. Sassafras. I said that already.
He said it half a dozen times.
Yeah. So I am not somebody that's going to be eating a lot of sassafras or star anise or licorice. Okay. I like the black licorice. I like it. Now I know people that just can't stand it. It just so, you know, and when you drink that German Jägermeister, you can tell it has licorice in it.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, it's like Robitussin cough syrup or something. Hello, Kevin.
And the woman I'm talking about from Germany, her name is Undina. She said, well, you know, in Germany, they don't think of Jägermeister as a liquor. They drink it at night after they eat supper. They'll drink a shot after they eat supper.
Like Angostura bitters, like bitters. Europeans, especially Northern Europeans, drink bitters.
Yeah, she said in Germany it's very common that they, yeah, right. They pour that. They pour that Jägermeister. She said, yeah, and they pour it and they drink it.
You know, dry vermouth was originally in the Middle Ages a medicinal wine in Italy.
Oh yeah,
vermouth before they started making martinis with it. African resources. Oh, they went all the way to Africa to get resources. They don't have enough in a big country like China.
Well, China's been involved in Africa for a long time, because when Tanzania, I was saying Tanganyika. When Tanzania was building their railroad back in the 1960s, it was communist China under Mao that helped build the railroad. And Julius Nyerere in Tanzania was heavily involved with communist China.
Yeah, well, Tanzania, for those out there that are into gemstones and geology, buy lots of tanzanite. It is a purple stone like amethyst, the only two purple stones I know. And it will become a precious gem someday, because the supply of tanzanite, it only comes from Tanzania, will go down, 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 and as it becomes more scarce, it becomes more valuable. So for you, you know,
I didn't know that. Hey, well, do you know why they call that country Tanzania?
Johnny Weissmuller came up with the name when he was Tarzan.
No.
Ungawa, you Jane, you cheetah. What Jane, you aggravate me, you become cheetah.
No, but I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it was called. It is called Tanzania. There was two territories. One was called German East Africa. That was the mainland, or Tanganyika. It was Tanganyika, Rwanda, and Burundi. That was German East Africa. The island was called Zanzibar. It was an Arab.
Isn't that Madagascar today?
No, Zanzibar.
Zanzibar is, oh, okay.
It's small. Well, Zanzibar was owned by Oman. You ever heard of the Arabic country Oman?
Yeah, it's by Yemen.
Yeah, Oman owned Zanzibar, and they were big into the slave trade, the Arabs. So the British went down there, and they made a deal with the Sheikh of Oman, the emir, and they said, well, we're going to take it over. And he said, okay. So then the British made a protectorate. Oman gave it up, and the British took over Zanzibar. So you had Zanzibar Island, and you had Tanganyika, the German. Well, you know, you had World War I. What happened in World War I? Germany lost. So the British took over Tanganyika, and Belgium took over Rwanda and Burundi. So down the line in 1961, they decided to let the countries become independent. So Tanganyika became an independent country, and Zanzibar became independent, and it was a union. It was called the Union of Tanganyika and Zanzibar. Tanganyika and Zanzibar.
Right, and I think there's a big lake named after Lake
Tanganyika.
Tanganyika is a whole series of very, very large lakes, deep. Yeah.
So then there was another revolution, and then Tanzania took over Zanzibar completely, and they changed the name to Tanzania.
Zania. Now the Congo used to be called the Belgian Congo.
It was the Belgian Congo. That's right.
Zaire became Zaire, and now I hear it's the Congo again.
Congo again. Yeah, Freddie Mercury was born in Zanzibar.
Oh, wow.
Because Freddie Mercury's father worked for the British Empire as a government official.
Uma Guma.
Yeah, it's a Pink Floyd album from 1969. That's a good question, Simon.
Yeah, well, the people from Hong Kong weren't too crazy about the British being there.
They were worse. They were even less excited about communist China taking over.
Yeah, Chiang Kai-shek fled to the island of Formosa, right? Became Taiwan.
Taiwan, yeah.
Chiang Kai-shek, the nationalist China, and Chiang Kai-shek, Chairman Mao made everybody wear those olive drab
work outfits
with the same hat at the Red Star.
Yeah, nice guy. Oh, well, 38 million people got killed, but why nitpick?
Yeah, well, some people say Joseph Stalin was misunderstood. He he
I've literally talked to people. This is their mentality.
Yeah, well, totalitarianism is the same in any culture and any language.
Right, right. I've talked to people. I've said, well, do you know that it's estimated that Mao Zedong was responsible for 38 million people dying? And they say, yeah, but look at all the good he did.
What did he do? Just throw him in prison and didn't feed him or something? Or
yeah, starvation, getting beat to death, or outright murder. They were very creative in their killing.
The Castro regime did that to dissidents. I watched that movie about Celia Cruz on Netflix, and their prisons were like that too. They used to shackle them up with their arms up in the air to chain them and just let them rot.
Right. So it's funny because, and we're going to close this out. It's very comical to me that you got right-wing people, they'll defend certain dictatorships and say, well, okay, a few million people got killed, but look at all the good they did. And then you got the left-wing people, they'll say the same thing. Well, a few million people got killed, but look at all the good they did. And my argument has always been, well, why does anybody need to be killed? So
well, you're talking about extremists. People that are not in their right mind. They don't use logic and science and proven facts. They're extremists. By the way, I'm sorry.
And I've talked to these people like in person before, and I'm thinking you're really bizarre, But people are very strange, Somebody else's SOB is their hero,
Yeah. Did you know they're opening up businesses in Spain? You know how bad Spain was with the pandemic? They're opening up. Italy is doing good. Actually, Europe in general is doing quite well. I don't know about the United Kingdom. They're having problems with Boris Johnson, but I know Europe is doing well.
Yeah.
Asia's doing well. The United States, not so well. But what bothers me, and I'm going to discuss it on tomorrow, Sunday night, progressive discussions a little bit, is the censorship that's going on social media, like Facebook. You cannot post anything that is against what mainstream is telling you, mainstream media. It's like, and then I saw a map of where all the 5G radiation, the 5G towers are located, and those seem to be the hot spots for this pandemic. So there's, they will.
Oh, well, watch out what you say, because you'll be,
Well, not on Facebook. I'm not going to say it on Facebook.
Right. That means.
Yeah, Facebook has pulled any videos that are contrary to mainstream news. I know they're pushing for a vaccine for monetary reasons. That I know. By the way, the original protocol for hydroxychloroquine, you have to give it with at least 200 milligrams of zinc. And what happens is it puts the zinc inside the cell and causes the cell to stop replicating. So it's the zinc that kills the virus, and it's the hydroxychloroquine that injects the zinc into the virus. Now, they're not. I don't believe they really used the original protocol in the United States. Well, Theriot, it sounds French.
But here's my answer.
Yes, but more so to the German Confederation.
In other words, we have more Germanic in my background than French.
British Belfast. Northern Ireland is that the Protestant part of Ireland, and the Republic is the Catholic part.
Yeah, not exactly, but generally, yeah.
Generally, I mean, I'm
It's
sure.
really that, because you got a lot, most Irish probably are not too religious. So it's really, Ireland is the Republican part with their own president, and the Northern Ireland has Queen Elizabeth still there, a British territory. So that's where the big people try to make it that it was a religious war, but it had almost nothing to do with religion. It had everything to do with what kind of government they wanted to have, you know.
So, in other words, Northern Ireland could be one of the last of the British Empire that's left.
It is, and Gibraltar and some other island territories, yeah.
Yeah, 5G. Yeah, yeah. And you notice, Simon, how they censored that doctor, that female, what is it? Plandemic. It was made in, I think it was made in Australia, I think, or she was being interviewed down there. Yeah, they well, she kind of mentioned Bill Gates having heavy investment in certain pharmaceutical companies that are, yeah.
When you mention that, then it's bye you. You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all over Facebook. Well, not as much as it used to be, but or YouTube. YouTube also has some videos. Social science.
I don't know when I'm going to do another history or political video. Well, this brings us to the end. I can't go on forever, but James P. Madonna, thanks for joining.
All right, you're welcome.
And when you get back, when or if you get back to doing any liquor reviews, we'll enjoy those. But I was really fascinated by the one you did tonight, so I would be pleased to see those for a long time, tell you the truth. But however it goes, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if as long as, like, if the medication is spaced hours from, let's say, one shot,
Yeah,
one baby bottle.
I'd just say better safe than sorry. I would just totally get off the medicine and then wait and then do the liquor. Liquor is not that important to take a chance.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, forget liquor. If it's any kind of chance, it ain't worth it. There's
Well,
a lot.
I was reading on the internet, and it didn't say that anything bad was going to happen. It just said it would increase drowsiness. Now, it said the same thing about antihistamines for allergy sufferers. Now, I take 24-hour loratadine, which is Claritin, you know, for sinusitis. It says the same thing about an antihistamine. It says that it can make you more drowsy. Now, on the other hand, the new ones are non-drowsy. The old ones, like Benadryl, will knock you out.
Oh boy, will they? Well, I would just say wait until it's over, and then.
Well, let's wait until the stress.
Right.
The stress level of this lockdown that we're under. You know, right now, the numbers are coming down in New York and New Jersey every day. They're coming down, 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 down. And some areas they're not, because they're all on top of each other, and their respiratory droplets are spitting all over the place. You know, because people are commingling.
Yeah. Well, I would love to go on, but I really do need to get off. But thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks for joining James. And if we're gonna do, people are gonna ask me tomorrow night, and I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but they want to know if we're gonna do another super inclusive Saturday. I don't know. We got Stout Sunday coming up Sunday morning on John and Nile's channel. Monday is Multi Monday with Irish red beers. Irish red. I might just get Killian's if I have to. Next Wednesday is Wild Card Wednesday. Then we might do another Fandango Friday next Friday. So we'll see. Well, we'll see.
Well, you have Nights at Columbus next Friday.
No, that's on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That food you were, or sandwiches or something that.
Yeah, yeah. Those Friday nights are over. We did that for weeks and weeks.
Yeah. So your schedule is full now. So what is super inclusive?
No, Nina, it could be red ale or lager. Yeah, red ale or lager. A super inclusive Saturday is just anything, hanging out on Saturday for an hour, you know.
Oh, okay. An hour time slot.
Yeah, we call it super inclusive because anybody could join, you know.
And anybody can join, and they could bring whatever beverage, booze, wine, anything they want.
Tap water, it doesn't matter.
Tap water.
Milk.
Yeah, well, I got let me tell you something. The soy milk and almond milk from Whole Foods, it definitely rivals Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah, okay. I've never had that in my life. All right, bye, folks.
Bye, folks.
Oh wait, oh too late. Oh wait, I didn't click the button yet. You have to close this out with music.
Okay. Now I attack the Cuban food.